Um, I am going to go ahead at this time, Keith, and I'm going to turn it over to you to make the introduction for our speaker today. And Molly, I'll go ahead and be working to get everybody muted so I'm ready to turn controls over to you.
Thank you, President Hope. It is my pleasure to introduce Molly Hussey to our group this morning, or this afternoon now. Molly's been our recreational specialist in Thomasville for the Thomasville Parks and Recreation for the past 2 years now, and has recently been promoted to the program director position as of mid-March. And so we're excited to have Molly with us and what she's going to be doing for our city and our community. She works directly with and coordinates programs here in Thomasville, all programming from senior adults all the way down to after school programs. So she's going to be in charge of all that now, and look forward to her and what she's going to bring to that position. She holds an undergraduate degree in Parks and Recreation from University of North Carolina at Greensboro. And she directly managed the Fun on the Run program here in town. And that particular program won an award from the North Carolina Recreation and Parks Association for Innovative Program Award in Class 3 in 2019. So Molly, we're excited to have you here. You take off and do your thing. Thanks, Molly.
Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for having me today. I didn't realize this group was so big. But I'm excited to see some familiar faces and meet some new people. I am going to share a PowerPoint today of some upcoming programs we have coming up, and some of the challenges that we faced back in 2020 as well, and how the Rotary Club has helped us overcome that. And I'm very excited to get started. All right. All right, so I'm Molly with Thomasville Parks and Recreation. Like Mr. Tobin said, the new recent within the past 2 weeks program director. I'm very excited for this opportunity and to continue programming for the community of Thomasville, working with community partners like yourselves. And during this presentation, if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me or ask at the end. So here we go. Who we are, social equity and investing in people through programs. I think we do a very good job with that, also along with health and wellness initiatives, keeping the Thomasville community moving in our parks through programs, special events, along with environmental impact and economic sustainability. We have a total of 84 acres, which is a lot, I think. Maybe not compared to some other recreation departments, but for a department as small of us of 10 people, we have a lot of grounds to cover. That's 17 park spaces. We have 10 playgrounds, 4 shelters that we are now renting. Last year, we were not able to rent them due to COVID. So we are very excited to have outdoor spaces and social gatherings that can still be socially distanced in a safer environment. And then we have 3 rental spaces as well. We are on hold for those still currently at this time, just due to the indoor capacity limits that we're allowed to have. Our mission is to foster the opportunities for well-being and leisure for all. And you see people of all ages in these pictures in front of you. And that's what we're about, for every person of all abilities to serve here in Thomasville. Here is a slide of our partnership with you guys at the Rotary Club, who we can't say thank you enough. I don't think that some people realize how often that Parks and Recreation departments run on our partnerships, our volunteers, and part-time staff as well, to make all of our events and programs happen. Our Swing Safe initiative with you guys, and the Children at Play with the new playgrounds back in 2012. Our Party in the Parks that we are hopeful to start back in the fall. You guys are such a big part of that, and that's one of our biggest events each year. which is a good thing, but during COVID, a bad thing being the biggest event. But we are very excited and hopeful, like I said, to get back, hopefully in the fall in a COVID safe way. I think this past year has really made our department become more thinking more critically and doing things different than we have in the past years. But in 2020, we had over 30 programs still, whether they were virtual, drive-through events, some camps, and we had to register people, but we were very excited to be able to do that. And I'll get more into that in the next few slides. I did want to share this video with you of a few of our kids with the swing safe mats that they love. So here's a little cute video of them. So that was just a short little clip of the kids. The day that our maintenance guys put them in, that's at our Central Recreation Center. The kids went out there and they immediately noticed them. It makes a tremendous difference at our park. So thank you guys again so much for that. We're gonna continue to keep those clean as well, sweep them off, pressure wash them when we need to, but we love them and so do the kids. All right, so I wanted to go over a little bit of some of our programs in 2020. I know we are into a new year and hopefully getting out of COVID soon, but I did just want to let you guys know about some of the events that we did during COVID. Our motto here at the office was no excuse just because it's COVID. We might not be able to be in person for all of our events, but we were able to modify them and come up with creative ways. Up in the left-hand corner, you'll see a drive-through event where it was a love bug bundle that we gave away books to, along with candy and different Valentine's Day treats that we were really excited about. We've realized that the drive-through events are actually a very huge success when it comes to holiday-themed programs and what we can do. A lot of our contest events went virtual. We had a pet costume contest. Cameron can attest to that. Her dog was on there. But we had some abnormal pets too. You think that just dogs and cats were going to be in it. One of our maintenance guys was going to send in his pig to be in the pet costume contest. So, I mean, it was nice to have families interacting with us and kids and just being excited about something back in 2020. We have done multiple drive-in movies last year, and we have one coming up this Saturday. We're hosting them at our Cushwa Stadium, and you can see where Corey, Tobin, and myself went out there and lined 6 feet apart cars to make sure that we were being able to serve as many families in the Thomasville community and surrounding communities as well as possible during this time. This was one of our best turnouts. We're hoping that this Saturday will be even bigger, still with those 6 feet apart lines as well, to keep people and families social distance. So if you all are free on Saturday and want to come hang out and watch Monsters, Inc., that'll start at 8 o'clock this Saturday at Cushwa. These are some of the other programs that we thought that were at the very beginning of COVID, but really brought community together. You'll see our story walk on the left-hand side. We innovative ways to come up with programming.
Bonnie Raitt, hard to believe it's been almost 20 years since she put that album out. Silver Lining, Bonnie Raitt, and on.
Okay, sorry. I lost my train of thought. I apologize. So for our story walks, a bunch of different communities, other parks and recreation departments were doing things as story walks. The one thing that I do love about Parks and Rec is not only working within your own community, the whole Parks and Rec community as a whole is tremendous when it comes to sharing ideas and what we want to do. So this was a program that a bunch of different rec departments were doing, but we did it innovatively and spray painted a bunch of different signs. They were event in progress signs. We probably had 400 in the basement. So we spray painted them all different colors, and each week a book would rotate to a different park with a walking trail. This was a big hit because during COVID, for a long time, our playgrounds were shut down. So we had families going out there and reading the books and getting outside and away from the computers with all the kids virtually learning. So we plan to keep doing that. That might have been something that we thought would only last during COVID, but seeing the community's reaction, we plan to continue to do that. You'll see the YMCA bus on here with the hearts. This was a program, Hunt for Hearts, that we did where different people throughout the community participated in this. We had Piedmont Crossing participating in it. We had local businesses, the YMCA, our city hall. We also had residents throughout the community that would see this. And those hearts represented our healthcare workers and essential workers, frontline workers, along with our first responders as well, just to send back some love into the community and know that you're not in this alone, but here, place some hearts on your windows and hunt for them around town or in your neighborhoods. And then along with our Smiles Behind the Mask, the mask was a big change, I think, for everybody. And so once we all started wearing them and had to continuously, we realized people can't see you smiling. And that's, in Parks and Rec, that's a big thing for us, is to make sure we're putting smiles on families' faces and kids' faces as they're leaving our programs. So a bunch of our city employees participated in this program, and both of these, the Hunt for Hearts and the Smiles Behind the Mask, were featured in the NCRPA magazine as a write-up as well that goes out to all North Carolina recreation departments. Wouldn't be Thomasville if a train didn't come through, right? All right, so here's some current and upcoming programs that we have. Some started in March, but also continuing through the spring and summer. Our Easter egg hunt, that is a huge success each year, and one of our main events that would not be possible without the Rotary Club. So we thank y'all for your kind donation this year in making this event happen. We had to change it up, still in COVID, where we normally have it at Cushwa Stadium, and we were able to serve about the same amount of participants, if not more, in a COVID safe environment, dividing them up into age groups and having them come at designated times and not overlapping with another group. The one good thing about this is, as the families finished and the kids finished their Easter egg hunt, they were able to spend time on our playgrounds and be out instead of just coming to the egg hunt and then leaving after they get their prizes. They were able to enjoy the parks with their families until the next group came in. And our drive-through or drive-in movies, like I said, we have Monsters, Inc. coming up this Saturday, and then Moana, we're going to be doing May 15th. We've had a huge success with the drive-in movies. We are not steering away from our movies in the park, though, over at Pace Park. We still think that those bring such a great hit, but right now, trying to keep people social distance and follow all those guidelines, we do want to stay as safe as possible during these times, but offer as many community-wide events and programs that we can. For another one of our programs is our Central Recreation Center. Back in 2020 in March, we were supposed to open our gym on, I want to say like May 10th, and then May 15th is when COVID hit and we were not able to. However, for our programming, our Central Recreation Center is operating a full day from 8 to 5 and now 8 to 8 with our soccer program going on outside. We offer our open gym which is walking and basketball shooting from 8 to 9:30 every morning. Right now, we're not seeing as many participants come in for the open gym, but that's because the weather's so nice. Who doesn't want to be outside? But our pickleball, we have that limited right now to 20 participants a day, and that goes from 10 to 1. Huge success. We have people left and right lined up, calling, has anybody canceled? Can we get in? So once everything's in the clear and ready to go, we're very excited to host as many people for pickleball, along with pickleball tournaments at our center. And then hopefully one day we'll have some courts outside to host even more people. And all of these, the events that we do are free to the community, as I'm sure many of you know. But that's one thing with wanting to serve anybody and everybody in Thomasville that we love doing in this city. And then we have some kids over here. This is a Christmas picture, and I'll let you know that last week we just took our Christmas tree down. So only a few months late, but that's okay. The kids loved it. I told them we should just decorate it for each holiday, but then it started leaning. So anyways, we took it down. We do have our after school program running each day, Monday through Thursday right now with the Thomasville City Schools. We serve the primary school and Liberty Drive as well. The kids were on an A week, B week schedule and have now gone back full time, all of the kids, masks required. A lot of people ask us, how do the kids deal with the masks? Kids are invincible. You ask them to do something and they do it. And as long as they are being able to socialize and be with people and participate in these programs and stuff, they're going to do whatever you ask. And they've been great about it. So we do have a max of 20 participants with that as well, to hopefully soon come into some summer camp coming up, but we need to figure out all those guidelines as well before we can jump right into it. But these kids are awesome. I got to spend spring break camp with them last week. And we went to multiple different parks all over the Triad, we went all the way out to Kernersville, out to Lake Tomalex, and partnered with them out there, took the kids fishing, and we had 2 kids catch fish. So that was awesome. They wanted to take them home, but I don't think that they would last, and we're not going to fry them up in the Central Rec Center. I don't think people would appreciate that. So we are very excited to keep having the kids. We didn't have them at the beginning of the year, so it's awesome to have them all back together. All right, upcoming summer events that we're very, very, very excited about. You'll see on the left-hand side, the Doak Park Skate Park. This is the Skaters of Thomasville are a community that we reach with the skate park, but haven't directly programmed with them before. So we're very excited about this project. We have a local artist named Jeff Beck that is going to come out, and these are the 2 design options. We are going to let the community vote on these to involve the community as much as possible on which ones they like. And then on June 22nd, I believe, we are going to have people sign up to come out to help actually paint this mural together and participate in it. This is really exciting. We just put in a new bench for them this past week. Our maintenance guys did the butter bench, which if I'm not a skater, so I don't know anything about it, but they loved it. They were so appreciative. So like I said, I'm very excited as the new program director to continue reaching more and farther communities within Thomasville, smaller communities that we may not have reached before. But we're very excited about that. So I think the designs look really cool. I guess I should have switched them to option 1 and 2 instead of 2 then 1, but I'm a big fan of both of them and like the bright colors. So we're excited to do that. And if any of you want to come out and paint, you're more than welcome. Or if you have grandkids or kids or neighbors, nieces or nephews that like to skate, we'd love to have them out there that day also. And for our Fun on the Run program, this is an old flyer from last year that we did where it was a literacy edition. Each year we try to pick a different theme for this Fun on the Run program. We meet every Tuesday from 10 to 11:30 during the summer at a different park. Now this year is going to be a little bit different. I know you guys know about our new aquatics center that we have coming to Thomasville. That's very exciting. So our Fun on the Runs this year will be all water themed. To get the kids out in Thomasville, we've lined up a water slide to come downtown multiple times this summer. This is a registered event due to COVID, but luckily with outdoor limits going up, I think that we'll be good to go and serve tons of kids with this. We're going to be playing some minute to win it games, water themed. And if you don't know what those are, they are so much fun, the minute to win it games. You have 1 minute to complete this activity, but they're fun, goofy. The kids, parents, everybody loves them. So we're very excited about that. And also getting back to our senior programming. We are hoping to have that start back in May, outdoors as well. Our theme, I think, for this summer, I mean, I think it is for most rec departments during the summer, but definitely be outside in our parks and programming outdoors to avoid any of the COVID things and stay within our regulations that we have to go by for the NC Health, the North Carolina Health Department, and what they say we have to do. So here's a very exciting project that we wanted to do last summer, but we were not able to. I know some of you or most of you, maybe all of you, are familiar with our downtown art initiatives. July is Parks and Recreation Month. So we've done the picket fence 3 years ago. 2 years ago, we were able to do the benches downtown, the seats on Main that stayed out for the remainder of July. And we think that as big of a success that we saw with the benches and the attraction that it brought, we thought, why not picnic tables? Well, what do you do at picnic tables? You eat. So we have lined up 5 food trucks during the month of July to come downtown from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Downtown right by the clock tower, attract people, send it out to our city employees, market it on our Facebook page and social media pages, along with, I know Cameron said from tourism said that she would get it over to Old Dominion. So I invite all of you on Fridays during July to come downtown Thomasville, enjoy some lunch at our painted picnic tables that will not look like this, just plain wood. They will have phenomenal art on it, from our after school program to Piedmont Crossing, different community or different people within the community that are gonna beautifully paint these benches, but also will be able to keep as well and place in our parks or at our new aquatic center underneath the shelter. So we're very excited about this. Taco Bros food truck is one of the food trucks that we've lined up. I just put I know it's lunchtime, so I had to put up a menu to get y'all ready for your lunchtime when you get off the meeting, but it's making me hungry right now. But we're very excited. I've tried to line up food trucks of maybe some different things that we don't have in Thomasville, but some of there's a guy that sets up at the Mobile Mart every day. Funnel Cake King. We've invited him, so he'll be making his way down the street a little bit. So we're really excited for this program, and just can't wait. Ready for July and to be outside. Next, I'd like to talk about some expansion in our current programs and where we would like to go and what we as a department see fit for Thomasville. So community-based partnerships. We have great relationships in Thomasville with all of our community partners, especially you guys. And that's not only monetary support, but just support in general of our department and how you reach out. I know some of you on here personally and met you multiple times, but not all of you. So once again, thank you. We can't say thank you enough to each one of you for all you've done for our department and the community of Thomasville, serving the kids and families that reach more than you know. So we're excited to continue that. Also looking to do an outdoor art program. So Fairgrove Park is one of our passive parks, meaning that there's no playground there, there's no walking trail, there's a gazebo, some picnic tables, but it doesn't get much use as far as play. So we thought what better way than to make it an outdoor art classroom. And you'll see in front of you, these are just stumps or parts of larger trees that this group has collected and put in a circle to use as the seats for their art program that they might do that day. I want to partner with different local artists to come out and host art classes out here for this, but it doesn't just have to be painting. It can be crocheting, knitting, any kind of art photography classes. Sorry again for the train. But I think this is something that can put our Fairgrove Park to very good use. And that's exciting for us to be able to go down there and be in and be seen in, besides just mowing it, you know, and people in that area or in that neighborhood walking their dogs or hanging out, but to get more community outside in there. We're also hoping, we used to have adult sports leagues, and we are hoping to get those back again. We've had multiple people asking about volleyball, indoor volleyball, and with our new gym, we have put in the plates to put new volleyball nets in there. So we're super excited for that, or basketball. Pickleball is already huge, but like we said, going outdoors with that as well, and building courts at some point in the future to keep serving our pickleball players, but also maybe a wider age group for pickleball as well, to get that interaction with all different ages together. So that's something we're really excited about. Softball is always a big thing with adults. So hopefully we can get some of that going back at Doak Park again soon. And future opportunities. Shade sales are just some things that we've looked at in parks, and where we need shade for parents or kids. I know when I was out there last week with the kids, it was very sunny, and a couple of us were sitting underneath the playground, underneath the slide, to get away from the sun, where the sun is great, but too much of it is not. So we want families to come out to our parks and spend as much time as possible in our parks and play for as long as they want. And with those shade options, I think that this can help. Now, some of our parks are very greatly shaded in a good way. Myers Park, for instance, is one. Doak Park is pretty shaded. It has some areas that's not, but there's benches and stuff to move to for families or kids to rest. So that's just something that I think that our parks could use at some point one day. But so we love it, the kids being out in the park. And like I said, a way for parents to cool off. This is a musical slash interactive parks and this is something that I see frequently in towns, but also this is inclusive for people and families and children of all abilities. I know you guys know that Doak Park is our ADA accessible park. And with that being said, the mats are rubber, which allows wheelchair access, or someone with a walker, or if they have an off gate. This park to me could also have interactive parks, maybe not necessarily a musical park, but kids can go around and make their own music. And I think it just provides more creativity for kids and families of all abilities to enjoy. So to end with that today, we are a department of quotes, and Corey sends out a quote every Monday that's inspiring to us and what we have forward to look for on the week ahead. And as much as I've learned from him, I couldn't leave this presentation without a quote. So I wanted to leave you guys with this, that there is no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. And I think all of you in the Rotary Club do a phenomenal job at that, and not only supporting us, but the Thomasville community as a whole. So I thank you all, and thank you all for having me today. It's nice to virtually meet you and see once again some familiar faces. I appreciate y'all taking your time out today to listen to us. And if at any point you have, or anytime you have program ideas, please don't hesitate to call. We're all as many programs as possible. We'll take on 1,000 if we need to, but some of y'all might have to come on for part-time if we do that, but we're excited. So thank you guys so much, and I look forward to the next time I talk to you guys.
Thank you, Molly. What a great program. Thank you for bringing us up to date on what's going on with Parks and Rec, and also for the exciting new work that you're doing in developing additional programs. We don't have much time. Does anybody have a quick question or two for Molly?
I just wanted to say what a phenomenal job I think you're doing. I mean, these are things I hadn't heard about, all of them. And I just think that Molly and the whole crew there are just doing a great job. Great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're proud to be part of the Thomasville Rec Department.
Hey, Deb, you mentioned that you hadn't heard of that, and I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't jump in and say something as chairperson, Parks and Recreation Committee. But one of the things that we're really trying to encourage folks to do is Parks and Recreation Facebook page. They're really putting a lot of stuff out there on Facebook and Instagram. And any of us that are on those social media pages, you could really help the Parks and Recreation Department and in turn the city to share what they post, to get the word out about all the wonderful things that are going on. So, if you have a chance to do that, please do that. That's something that I'm really trying to get our committee folks to do, because that's the challenge in Thomasville, is making people aware of what's going on. There's plenty of things happening, but making sure people know is the trick.
Thank you, Jared.
I'd like to say something about Billy Freeman. He was the one that had the vision and the foresight and the leadership to build that skate park. And Keith Tobin, you're contributing to the leadership now. So thank you, Keith, and thank you, Billy. Both on Team 5 of the phone book delivery.
There you go. Very proud of what they're doing, really am.
All right. Thank you guys for all the comments. Molly, if you get a chance, just kind of hover over that blue box in the upper right corner of my picture, and you'll be able to make me the host. You might have to stop sharing your screen first. Thank you.
There we go.